Coming up on the show today.
We have the engagement dimension without the ring. We have the engagement dimension that is the official proposal. The engagement is not that I have to kneel down and propose that I want to get married to you.
Right.
Before we do that, we know that we've bonded, we've synergized, our life is on a particular trajectory. We know we are going to get married. I will not say, because I have not received the ring on my fingers, I think I have to have a plan B. You know, men work with financial clock.
Okay.
Women work with biological clock. You want to be too comfortable before getting married.
Right.
You are not marrying somebody that you will compete with. You are marrying somebody that will complete you. A long-term engagement can happen, but however, we must be wary of the dimension of time wasters. Some men don't know what they want. I have heard cases whereby some men will say that let's just keep knowing each other. Let's keep knowing each other. She's not, a course in history that you want to know. You can never know somebody before you marry them.
But in country, you are exclusive.
Right.
This is the thing you're doing it with. You know that there is marriage in view, and so you're planning towards it.
Be careful of the dimension of short engagements that will lead to marriage that is undone. And pay attention to the dimensions of a long engagement that will be properly cooked and done. You can never make God to be omega over what he was never alpha over.
Tell me about it.
This is the Maggie McGuire Show.
Hey, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it is for you as you catch this show, whether right now, Insta Live or playback on YouTube. God bless you. Thank you for stopping by. This is the ongoing series, The Joys and the Woes of Single-hood, right here on the Maggie McGuire Show. With me, your host, Maggie, and I have a contributor, Minister Stephen, and hopefully Minister Ezra will be here shortly, okay? And tonight, we are unpacking short versus long engagement. We are asking, just what's a decent, time of engagement? We already have people in the comment section on Instagram, everybody weighing in and sharing their thoughts. We're going to tell you all about that. We're going to read out their comments. And so that YouTube watching on YouTube, feel free to put your comments in the comment section as well.
The Maggie McGuire Show will be right back.
So with that said, because just last week I had the privilege of having Minister Stephen on here as we unpack, or should I say he unpacked for us, spiritual spouse. Shabaye. And of course,
that was an amazing one, Mr. Maggie.
And of
It
course,
was great.
April, sir. April, you were here with the Lives of the Dating Phase. That was a good show. That was an amazing show.
In fact, we had some people reaching out to me after our session last week talking about this dimension of spiritual husband. It was so amazing. A lot of hungry people, talking about the bloodline deliverance we talked about. It was so great. I forgot to inform you on WhatsApp. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay,
I'm just doing that here.
That's amazing. So glad to hear that.
The Maggie McGuire Show will be right back.
Minister Stephen, let me just ask you straight up. Can we just define what engagement is? What is that engagement period about?
So basically, engagement is a formal agreement to get married, in simple terms.
Okay.
In simple terms, engagement is a formal agreement to get married.
Right.
That's the best definition for what an engagement is.
Right.
But then it is broad. The question we are looking at, short versus long engagement, the pros and cons, it is not a cakewalk. It's not something you just try to run down on the people who are not fast on their engagement dimension. And I'm going to say this.
Okay.
Engagement can be divided into lots of dimensions. We have the engagement dimension without the ring. Please note it.
Okay.
Without the ring. We have the engagement dimension that is the official proposal. And we have the engagement dimension that is the courtship. So, which means I can be in a relationship with a woman and we know we want to get married. And she cannot be entertaining discussions with another man. So engagement is my life is knitted with somebody. We must understand. So the engagement is not that I have to kneel down and propose that I want to get married to you.
Right.
Before we do that, we know that we've bonded, we've synergized, our life is on a particular trajectory. We know we are going to get married.
Right.
And so if I'm entertaining another person, it simply means that I'm cheating on you. So I will not say, because I have not received the ring on my fingers, I think I have to have a plan B.
Right. Okay.
So
the
engagement dimension without the ring can be very, very intentional.
Yeah.
Very intentional. You are sharing ideas together. You are sharing thoughts together. I'm sorry, I'm taking us back, but I need to lay some foundation. Very important.
Sir. It's necessary.
Before we start lashing out on who is what is short and what is long.
Yeah.
Now, after this, without the ring dimension, we have the official proposal. When you've proposed, you've probably met with the person's parents.
Right.
Because sometimes, as a counselor, I've seen cases whereby somebody can be in a relationship for 4 years. Your parents know each other, and even the parents of the ladies are mounting pressures. Why is he not coming to marry you? Why is he not coming to marry you? And then you say he doesn't have the money yet, but we know we are going to settle down. So you know you're not going to leave your man just because he does not have the money yet.
Okay, good point.
But I had a counseling session with 2 guys, coming up for marriage, and I'm going to say this. They've been together for 3 years. The guy is still living in his father's house.
Okay.
He does not even own a property. He does not have a TV to his name.
Right.
He has graduated for the past 12 years. He is still working in one secondary school where they are giving him, something small.
Right.
Now, when I stepped in, men work with financial clock.
Okay.
Women work with biological clock.
I love that.
As soon as the lady reached out to me, I told her, I said, you know what? This guy does not know where he's going to. I give you 3 months, this relationship will be over. He said, no, sir. We love each other. We are going to be together. It's just that he's not showing intentionality. I've told him to pick up courses, to do online, to add to what he has. But it's just that he's neck deep in this school thing. I now had a private interrogation with him. I realized that this guy does not know what he wants. And that is the problem we're having in this dispensation. You want to be too comfortable before getting married.
Right.
You are not marrying somebody that you will compete with. You are marrying somebody that will complete you.
Right. Right.
So there's no need mounting pressure on yourself that you must have a 5-bedroom duplex before getting married. Once you have a 1-room apartment, you have a roof over your head, you have a bed, you have something you are doing, you are leaving the house, you are coming back, there's something coming in at the end of the month, you should settle down. So one reason why people are in long-term engagement is because of lack of intentionality.
Okay.
When there's a lack of intentionality, then there's going to be a problem.
Right.
The man wants to get everything. He wants to be too comfortable.
Right.
But this is why I started with this viewpoint. There's another viewpoint of a dimension whereby you are ready for marriage. You are probably ready, and the person God is leading you to is still in school. she's a student, she's still in school.
Okay.
And you know you would want your ideal woman to be graduated before marrying her. She herself, she's in school, she is not mentally ready to get married.
Okay.
At that particular juncture, you know you are in a relationship. You guys are already building your lives together. If supposing she's in 200 level and she's studying a 5-year course, you know you have to wait for her for 3 years.
Okay.
So this means that whilst you are waiting for her for these 3 years, you are building capacity, you are building yourself,
Sure.
and immediately she graduates, she goes for a national service course, stuff like that. Then immediately you get married. But what? Because I'm trying to lay this point so that we can have different areas of attacking it.
Yes.
Because if you just come and say that short engagement is what is it? Short engagement is what is it? Then what happens to other reasons why we are having long-term engagements?
Right.
What happens to other reasons?
Good point.
Sometimes I have seen cases whereby two people are meant to be for each other. They have prayed, they have gotten the verdict. They can swear that they are supposed to be together. But then we have family factors. A certain family do not want certain person for their son or their daughter, and then they stand up as an embargo and say both of you are not going to get married. But because they are sure, they know what they want for themselves, they have to keep praying. A friend of mine had to wait for 7 years before marrying his wife.
Wow.
So there are reasons why a long-term engagement can occur. However, we must be wary of the dimension of time wasters. Some men don't know what they want. I have heard cases whereby some men will say that let's just keep knowing each other. Let's keep knowing each other. She's not a course in history that you want to know. You can never know somebody before you marry them. And I'm going to say something shocking now. I'm preparing a review. Let us be careful of the church dimensions that will tell us that we should be careful of long engagement because you don't want people to fall into sexual sin. That rush factor has made a lot of people to miss it maritally because of pressure from the church dimension.
Good point.
So I have laid it open, and then we can start from there.
The Maggie Mugai Show will be right back.
Amazing. I love that. I absolutely love that. So with that said, oh my God, Minister Stephen, you said so much that even if we did not say anything else after now, we could just go home. The show is over, people.
This was just to open it up so that we can know how to dissect.
Sir, you just threw us in the deep end without wasting anybody's time. Okay, I love that. Minister Israel, weigh in, sir, weigh in. And those of you in the comment section, please go ahead, tell us your thoughts on that. So much has been said. Look at my notes already. Because I make notes, because I have to be able to come back and ask certain questions. So go for it, Minister Israel. What are your thoughts?
All right. Greetings, everyone. Thank you for having me, Mama Maggie. So straight up, I'll just say that the journey starts with singlehood. Yeah. So as a single, I believe that's the first stage. Yeah. That's like a primary school. So in Nigeria, I say you go to primary school. So single stage is a school. So you can't go to secondary school if you don't finish your primary school. You need to finish primary school, write placement exam. Yes, so I believe that secondary school is the friendship stage. So by the time you're single and maybe your single stage, you're seeing this guy, you're seeing this lady, and something is attracting to you, just go for it, but make sure you're on the friendship level. Yeah, so from being single, go for friendship. So when you're now friends and you see that, okay, you have similar value, you like this person, you're looking at some possibility, you can now upgrade it. So say you're going to the dating stage. So dating stage is like you're leaving secondary school to university. You're in 100 level. That's the dating stage. So by the time you now date somebody, I believe by the time you're dating somebody, you're communicating, you're doing stuff together, you will see possibility if you should continue or
Right.
drop out.
Right.
Yeah. So I need to understand where I started from. So you're first single, and of course, if you're single, that's where you should finish some courses about you.
Right.
Knowing yourself, you are, know where you're going to, knowing your values, know your belief system, like cultivate your passion, pursuing it. That's where you should do where you're single. So by the time you're single, you stop that. You go into friendship with somebody. When you're a friend with somebody, you communicate. You know that, oh, this person, I like him because he has similar value. When I mean similar value now, you're able to connect. You're able to hold some truth together. Yeah. So from simple to friendship, then when you are now dating, you know that, can I really do life with this person? If you can do the person, you can now upgrade it. So that upgrade is like you finish your BSc, you're going for masters. So questions you ask me now, it's like a master. It's a master degree. Yeah. Right. And so the master degree, courtship is a ship in a court. And so if you're in a court, I mean, the judge can say, you people, I set you free, or you lose this case. Do you understand? Right. So courtship, it's a process where two people, they know that they are meant to be, like they are ready to do things together. Right. Nobody telling them. Both of them know that there is a future for us, and so we are here together to do it. So it's like the pre-marriage journey, like the you know you're married, because obviously what people do in courtship is what they do in marriage. It's just that marriage is essence for all of those things. But technically, the value, the behaviors, all of, when you remove sex, just remove sex. Any other thing you're doing in courtship is what you do in marriage. Yeah. Okay, so I want to cite an instance. So when the angel, Bible talks about Mary and Joseph. Mary and Joseph in the Bible. When the angel visited Mary and was telling her that, oh, you're going to get pregnant, you're going to do, she was saying, I don't even know a man. But then, Bible account let us know that it was betrothed to Joseph. So both of them, they are in courtship. They are not yet married, but they are like they are doing stuff together. So I believe that courtship is just a journey into marriage. But both of you know that marriage in view, like there's marriage in view for both of us. Just like Pastor Kunle said, courtship is me and you, we are together. So is coming to take you again. Both of us know that we are together. Right. In the dating stage, people can, the third party can still come, because I believe dating stage is like you're doing interview. Right. So many people can apply. Many people can apply. It's a dating stage. But in courtship, you're exclusive. Right. This is the thing you're doing it with. You know that there is marriage in view, and so you're planning towards it. And just like I said earlier, everything you're going to do in marriage, you can start doing it in courtship, but just remove the sex and the sexual intimacies. But every other thing, the practices, the loving, the friendship, all of those things, those are things you do with courtship. Right.
I love that. You know, listening to you both, I think we can officially agree that when we come to that place of engagement, then that individual is unavailable for any other individual to talk to them about relationship. So, and I think Pastor Stephen or Kunle put it this way. He said at that point it would be cheating. So I think we need to understand that. So at this point, y'all are exclusive. There is no room for you getting together with brother so-and-so or sister so-and-so, because then the place where y'all have arrived at this point, it's marriage in view. That's our end goal. We've taken care of all the other things that we needed to take care of, and we are saying this is our end goal.
The Maggie Mugai Show will be right back.
I love the fact that Pastor Stephen said, guys work with financial clock while ladies work with a biological clock. Oh my God, I could not agree. Can I agree anymore? Is there like 1,000% agree? That is so true. So true. Many guys will be hesitant, not because they don't want the lady, but they're thinking, I've got to take care of this, and that. And I feel like sometimes that is as a result also of what the lady is putting out there. I have to say, some of us ladies, and I see we have a couple of ladies joining us. Ladies, correct me if I'm wrong. The thing is with ladies, sometimes we be putting pressure on these brothers and telling them, well, we want this, we want that, and we want, and the guy's looking at himself and he's thinking, hang on a minute, this is how much I have for my job, I happen to have, yes, I have a roof over my head. Yes, I can feed 3 times a day and that sort of thing. But you're kind of like wanting beyond that. And especially, you have to also consider the age factor. I really feel sometimes we ignore the age factor. I think there's something Adam said, and I shared it over at Pastor Mimi's Zoom session I had with her last Saturday, in talking about the mistakes singles make. And I said there was something about when singles go ahead and expect way too much. They expect too much from a brother, especially sisters. They're expecting the brother to perform. Maybe he just finished university, his entry-level job, and then you want this guy to start manifesting as if he's been in the workforce for over 10 years. How's he gonna do that when his daddy is not Bill Gates, right? Like, you understand what I'm saying? So I get that, and it's also, I think, a male thing. It's a man thing to feel I need to be able to provide. Men, I really feel like men who understand their role as a husband, they are really conscious about being a provider. So when Pastor Kunle says financial clock versus biological clock, I have to say I completely agree with him. So I think we've defined the whole essence of what exactly is an engagement period. You're no longer single. You should not be entertaining whatever, discussions or entertaining the opposite sex. The one person that you're involved with, you need to stay with them and that sort of thing.
The Maggie Mugai Show will be right back.
You made such a powerful point when you mentioned the pressure, even from the church, when we now talk about having a short engagement, and they're like, no, we want y'all to get married. We don't want you to fall into sexual sin.
Can I quickly say something before I forget?
Please, go for it, sir.
Be careful of the dimension of short engagements that will lead to marriage that is undone. And pay attention to the dimensions of a long engagement that will be properly cooked and done.
I love that.
This does not mean that you should not be sensible to kick away any potential groom.
Right.
That is not a groom in your life as a woman.
Okay.
What is important is that you know where the man is going to.
Okay.
And I tell you for a fact, 95% of the reasons why women are scared of what men are capable of doing is because they've sized them up and realized that these men don't know where they're going to. If a woman knows where you're going to, she will never complain if you are taking time.
Right.
Because she will realize that even if it looks like you're not getting married immediately, you have a structure, you have a plan. You know what you want to achieve. So even if our family members are mounting pressures on her, you people have been together for 3 years. Why is he not getting married to you? You will now have the CV to tell your people that, listen, I know this man. We are going on a particular ship, just as Minister Israel said.
Yes.
So there's no pressure. It is when a woman does not know. That's so that, honey, what's happening now? When are we going to get married? When I come and see my people? What's all this? It is because she knows that there's a probability you can serve her breakfast. This is true. But when she knows where you're going to, because women think more about the process. Right. Men think about the results.
Yes.
Women feel better talking about the problem. Yes. Men feel better addressing the results.
Yes.
Look at the story of David and Nabal's wife, Abigail.
Right. Yeah.
The Bible said that David was intentional about killing Nabal.
Yes.
But Nabal was very hostile and not hospitable. Yes. And God himself took Nabal out of the way. Right. Before God took Nabal out of the way, Abigail came, played the role of a wife, a good wife. Said, my Lord, don't forgive my husband. He doesn't know what he's doing. I know you can kill him. Calm down. So already David knew that this one is a wife material, but she's with the wrong man. She's with the wrong man. Right. And because David being a man of the sword, him and sword, they are 5 and 6, they are siblings. He already had in mind to go and deal with him and kill the man, but God himself took Nabal out of it. Immediately Nabal was taken out. Immediately he made the move. That's a man of intentionality. When you see what you want, hello, God bless you. My name is Emmanuel. How are you doing? How's everything? After 2 weeks, you already know what you want. My dear, I did not come here to just play with you and tell your emotions. I want to do life with you. I want to do life with you. However, when I'm going to do this life with you, just give me some time. Let me find balance. I'm working on certain things now. These are my plans. These are my projects. She will know that this person is hungry. This person wants to be with me. But when you have removed about 5 babies or 6 babies for this person, and you are presently pregnant and he's still telling you to take another one out, then it means that there's a problem. There are types of men. We have the straight up men that, like my father-in-law, Dr. Diko Luka, when he met his wife, she was a choir member. Okay. He looked at her and said, Sister Shade, God told me you are my wife. Go and pray about it. Wow. Simple, no long story. God told me you are my wife. Go and pray about it. Wow. After about 3 months, he didn't hear anything. He asked her, have you prayed about it? He said, yes, still pray. Go and pray about it. After about 6 months to 7 months, she came back and said, sir, I have prayed. What did God say? We still God helping us. Exactly. Intentionality. And before you know it, they built, the courtship and then they got married. Right. We have men that know what they want, but they are still a bit unsure that God, how am I going to, fix this whole thing? And this is why we need to be very careful. For women who have gotten to a marriageable age, be careful of the system that allows a man to tell you he wants to marry you, even if it's not the will of God for you.
Oh, did you just go there, sir? Oh my God.
Be careful of the system that will bring a man your way to tell you he wants to marry you, even if it's not the will of God for you. Because there are dimensions that can sponsor your meeting the person you're supposed to miss and missing the person you're supposed to meet. And because you really want to get married, when somebody who really wants to be with you is now trying to say, don't worry, just give me 1 year, give me 2 years. I'm in an apartment now. I'm staying with my 2 brothers, but I want to be alone. Even if it's 1 bed less time. He's been looking for apartment for the past 1 year now. Is that what I was going to do? Then somebody you met in the church who has a good knotted tie, good beard, is working in Chevron, and I say, hello, how are you doing? God bless you. Wow, let's have then you exchange number and everything. And the next week he tells you, you know what? Let me meet your parents. I want to get married to you. It will take discernment and wisdom for you to say, this speed, be careful of the speed that is fast, because speed itself is very slow.
Oh my.
Be careful of the speed that is fast, because speed itself is slow. A lot of people have missed it because of this dimension, because somebody is being outspoken. You must be very sure in understanding the difference between being outspoken and saying the right thing at the right time, even if it comes at a slow pace.
Right.
The Maggie Mugai Show will be right back.
Yeah.
So the moment of engagement is a broad dimension.
Right.
You can be dating and you can vouch that you know that you're going to end up with this person.
Right.
Just as Minister Israel said. So, and you know that both of you are probably not ready.
Right.
You are in final year, you have seminar defense to do, you have project defense to do.
Yeah.
You know that you are not even wired to even get married now. And
Right.
you know that your man is finding himself.
Right.
So will somebody, and that is why I must be careful. We've seen churches where I say, you must not cut more than 7 months. Anytime after 7 months, the church will not wed you. And then you will be rushing the process of knowing somebody you are supposed to know properly. And then you will marry the person God did not even design for you. I'm still handling that case now.
Wow.
I am handling that case now. They are married, they've been married for 2 years, and the church told them they should not date more than 7 months.
Wow.
They had to rush the process just to get married. Now they are married, both of them are sad in the marriage.
Wow.
And God is like, well, I don't know if I'm the one that led you guys to it, but you have to pay the price.
Wow.
Because God is not emotional, He's only compassionate. And the Bible says in Hebrews 4:15, we do not have a high priest who is not touched by the feelings of our infirmities, who himself was touched, yet remained without sin. So when you mess up, you take a wrong step, you will pay the price.
Yeah.
And if God wants to sort you out and show you mercy, He will start from the beginning. Like I said earlier, you can never make God to be omega over what He was never alpha over.
Tell me about it.
So this dimension of engagement, if somebody is slow, we already know that this guy is slow for a reason. He's probably not good for me. He's just having sex, just misbehaving, jumping here and there, and stuff. If I withdraw the sex from him, he's probably going to tell me it's over.
Right.
But we know who is good for us. We know. We just try to, especially for the women.
Right.
Sometimes you see some women, they will reach out to me and say, sir, I bought her about 2 or 3 times for him. He has not even known my parents yet, but I love him. But we've been together for 5 years. What do I do? You're asking me that question. What do you do? You already know this thing. You don't just want to tell yourself the truth.
Right.
And then sometimes we even see desperate women. He said, you better tell me you marry me now. Otherwise, I have people waiting for me. And then the idiot will tell you what he wants to hear. Okay, I will marry you. Don't go. And then I say, oh.
Yeah. I have to take us back to that valid point. You know, sir, and there was somebody on here made a comment, something about God does not choose for you who to marry, who your partner should be. We're going to address that for you in just a moment. But coming back to what you were saying.
Very interesting question there.
Yes. So coming back to what you were saying about being careful about some of the systems that allow for us to, you know, be in a hurry, and then we miss the person we should have met, right? We miss the person that we should have met. Because I remember I heard a preacher once say, destiny goes wrong when you miss the people you should have met and meet the people you should have missed. Oh, my. Right? And when people are under pressure, so I think it's worth understanding that there is a pressure. We're going to call it out. It is what it is. I don't think there should be a blanket time period on everybody. Oh, in this church, we only allow 7 months. No. I think that in itself will really, because there are those who are going to be slow, like you said. You have
said what was on my mind. The church system is very good with conducting marriage weddings. They will conduct marriage classes, but they will never take up on you when you have gotten married.
Wow.
That is the church system. The church system, they will coordinate, they will make announcement, brother and sister, so, please, this is their account number, support them, they are preparing for marriage. Even the marriage committee in that church, all they are interested in to have a CV, to build a CV of the marriages they have coordinated. They will not check up on you. You are the one that will not say, mommy and daddy, marriage committee. If people are not, they say, oh my dear, you know, we have so many marriages we are planning for. We have many weddings we are planning for. What is your problem? Do you have an issue? That is the problem.
What?
This is what is happening in the church.
What? Yeah. And unfortunately, it is so true. It is so true, because I think because we've almost become performance Christians, haven't we? You know, we have this performance of a thing. We want to, you know, like you said, build up a resume. It's a CV. We want to tell everybody, well, in this church, you know, this is the church to be. In this church, by the grace of God, we have the grace for marriage. We've married about 25 couples, and it's only June, right? The question is, like what Minister Israel said last 2 weeks on Unequally Yoked. He said it's not about just being married. Even when you marry a fellow believer, the question is the quality of that marriage. What is the quality of that marriage? Because many people be in marriages right now, and like you said, they are sad. They are wishing they could reverse time and get out of this, but unfortunately they are locked in. And this is the thing that we want to be careful about, all the things that we need to weigh. There are those who are going to have a short engagement. There are those who are going to have, you know,
long engagement
for one reason or the other.
Or the other.
And that doesn't mean that they are wrong or they're right. It's just unique to your circumstances. Because surely, like you said, sir, I wouldn't subscribe to you getting married if you're in the middle of school. I think that pressure in marriage and the pressure from school, I think that would not work well. So for an individual like that, maybe y'all have found each other in school. You are certain, you're like, you know what, God is leading me to this lady. God has led me to this guy. And we're both, like you said, you might just be second year, third year, maybe you need another 2 years to complete university. I would not, so clearly they would be in a long engagement.
Exactly.
Sort of thing.
Let me now tell you something. Minister Israel, permit me to say something. I have somebody that is very, very, very close to me as we speak, very close to me. He's also a pastor. He has always had an eye for a lady in his church.
Okay.
But this lady on her own dimension has been struggling, to get admission in the school.
Okay.
So they've just been friends. As a pastor, one of the pastors, she's also a committed member. So they always talk together, they pray together and stuff like that. But he knows there's something that he feels for this lady, not just beyond the pastor. So he has been nursing and building and stuff like that. In fact, eventually this lady got admission. When she got admission 2 years ago, he was the first person she told to tell you they are born.
Wow.
As soon as she got the admission, he got very, very close. He got motivated. He was sort of happy that, thank God, this lady that I'm, looking at has gotten admission. When she complained of cold in the school and stuff like that, he sent about 3 or 4 cardigans, posted it to her, waybuilt it for her to be using in her school. On her first year after matriculation, he took the bold step of faith, went to her school and told her that this is what he has in mind, that he wants to be with her, he wants to marry her, but he's not pressuring her that she should take her time. There's no pressure and stuff like that. And then they started off, since they were already friends, they capitalized on that and stuff like that. The girl, as I'm speaking now, she's still in school. She is going to be in 300 level by October. They are still together. The man in question is still finding himself, doing well in the ministry and stuff like that. They already know they are going to be together. Now, you will calculate that mathematically speaking, they're probably going to be, it's going to be a 4 or 5 year engagement dimension.
Right.
So somebody will now sit somewhere and say, you better be careful of long engagement. What are you doing? The lady in question will be grateful that God made her to find a purpose partner even before she graduated.
Right.
Do we know how many ladies in this country right now, Nigeria, who are graduates, they are working and they are nowhere close to who God has assigned for them?
My God.
They are nowhere close.
My God.
Probably because they've not found themselves, or possibly because the person designed for them has not even found himself. That is why we must be careful of the system that makes us to be finding ourselves. That's why you can be finding yourself, flattering yourself, you are doing well as a woman, and the person meant for you is very far away from personal finding. This is why you must pray for patience for yourself and speed for them to catch up, to meet you up at that junction. That's what I wanted to say.
The Maggie Mugai Show will be right back.
Mr. Israel, jump in, sir. Jump in.
Like the master class, really. Pastor Kule is just dropping it. That's good. Sir, you are not here to play today, Rabbi.
No. I'm not here to play. I didn't eat before coming. I didn't want to be too heavy.
No wonder. You
I didn't want to feel too heavy.
But I just trust God that some people are getting insight, people are getting wisdom to channel the path of their life. And for me, so Pastor Kule, I don't know if you still remember, so our last conference, Pastor Kingsley said something about relationship people in church, like all those marriage people in church. Amazingly, you guys are using old syllabus, like they conduct marriage. The way the system that was created for them, that's what they're using. And when we are in a digital transformation era, everything
of course.
Evolved, but people are not evolving. People are still using all those old methodologies. And amazingly, it's not all the Christian setting. Like I'm referring to church now. Church did not have a good, solid premarital system for the youth. The youth, the singles in their community, like in their local church. Not all churches have that good templates, good system for them. People are just interested in, you want to marry, come. You can imagine some people will tell you that premarital class is just 3 weeks. They will teach them for 3 weeks and tell them to go and marry. I'm not like 3 weeks.
See the problem.
Will you
see the problem. For a 60-year dimension.
Yes, sir. Woo! Like 3 weeks. Like 3 weeks to not do anything. Just like what you say, they always half-baked. By then they half-baked them, they put them there, and that's it. I also want to make comment on what you said, because it's true that once they make them get married, that's all. They just leave them. There's no after marriage system. Nobody is checking on you. Their own is just put you together, go and marry, bye-bye.
Yeah.
That's not fair. Like, that's not fair. I believe that churches, like our local churches, should pay attention. As a matter of fact, it's not all of them that should pay attention to family life.
Yeah.
For those that pay attention to family life, I believe there should be a setting. Like, there are some churches that actually do not have premarital class department. Yeah. But when people get married, they will allocate them to pastor's wife. Say, go and meet pastor's wife. So pastor's wife will just come from nowhere. Somebody that is not interested in family life.
Exactly. Being a pastor does not mean you are a marriage counselor. There are two different things.
Come on! Would you say that again, sir? Being a pastor does not make you what?
A marriage counselor. You can be good on the pulpit and you can be bad in marriage counseling.
That's it.
There's a difference between, Pastor Kingsley told us, remember, Minister Israel, there's a difference between marriage advice and marriage counseling.
Exactly. So what those guys are doing, they're just giving marriage advice. What they are doing is giving marriage advice. They're not counseling anybody. And so I believe church should do better. Really, church should do better. All our marriage counselors, all those guys, they should equip them. They should equip them. They should
Can I surprise you, sir?
Yes.
I'm very sorry to say, I'm very sorry to say, but church will never do better. Why the church will never do better is because even the devil has seen the church as a weapon for Christians to miss it maritally. Wow. And the devil is using the church as a system of influence for people to miss it maritally.
My God.
That is why a father in the Lord can say, come and meet my son in the Lord. You can get married. And because this lady honors the man so much, honors the glory of God in his life, she decides to get married to him.
Yeah.
And say, When they say, what are the things you've seen? Have you checked it? Have you prayed? My father and the Lord. See him, see God. Yeah. When God is eating, God calls him to join him in dinner. So what are you saying? There's nothing to pray. In fact, his prayer is my prayer. And then you get married, and then there are issues.
Thank you for watching the Maggie Mugai Show. You can subscribe to get notifications for new videos on this channel.